Okay, let's look at the practice exam 3, problem number 9, right? So we want to evaluate this definite integral, right? So let's do that. Right, so again, we're going to use a substitution. We want to simplify the denominator and also the expression inside the square root. So our substitution is let u be 2x plus 1, right? Then go through the usual drill. Take the derivative of u with respect to x, which will give you just 2, right? Derivative of 1 is 0, right? And take the reciprocal of both sides. So you have a dx over du, which is equal to 1 over 2, right? And multiply both sides by du so that we have dx is equal to 1/2 du, right? Or maybe I should write it as like this, du over 2, right? Then since this is a definite integral, we have to convert these lower limit and the upper limit, right? So x goes from 0 to 4, right? So we have to convert it to a u value. So corresponding u value would be, right, if x is 0, plug in 0 in the substitution equation, 2 times 0 plus 1 is 1. So you start from 1 and plug in 4. So 2 times 4 is 8 plus 1, so it's 9. Right? So this integral becomes integral from 1 to 9, right? Then we decided to call this guy u. So you're going to have 1 over square root of u, right? Then dx is same thing as du over 2. So du over 2, right? So clean up a little bit further. So you have 2 on the bottom. So we can pull out the constant 1/2 outside the integral. So integral goes from 1 to 9, right? I don't like a fraction and I don't like square root, so I'm going to write it as a u, right? Since u is sitting on the bottom, so it's going to be a negative power, and a square root, so it's a 1/2 power. So it's a u to the negative 1/2. We'll take care of 1 over square root of u, and then you just have du, so you put du there. All right, then take the antiderivative. So 1/2 is still out there. Right, then antiderivative of u to the negative 1/2 would be, right, so u add 1 to the power, so negative 1/2 plus 1 is positive 1/2, right, divide by 1/2 is equivalent to multiply by 2, so I put 2 out here, right, then it goes from 1 to 9, right. I'm going to take care of the constant because 2 is on top and the 2 is on the bottom, so they cancel out, right? So you can clean it up a little further. I'm going to go up here, all right? So if you want, you can write it as u to the 1/2 as a square root of u, right? Then it goes from 1 to 9, right? So plug in 9, so you have a square root of 9, minus, and plug in the bottom number, square root of 1, which is 1. So it's 3 minus 1 is 2, right? So this is the answer for part A, problem number 9. All right, that's it. I hope that this was clear.